Hello and welcome to a game between MasterAsia and Mihai. MasterAsia is going to be playing as the name I disagree with at the 3 o'clock position, and Mihai will be playing as the human race at the 9 o'clock position. At the beginning of the game, MasterAsia scouted the 12 o'clock position, does not find his opponent there, will be moving it toward the middle of the map. As we see, one barracks is going to be going up, and Mihai's scout will also be heading out to scout for his opponent. I had a really deep insightful conversation with my friend last night, and we came to the conclusion that by the time our kids graduate college, Diablo 3's release date would just be around the corner, and Mihai did not find his opponent there. And a really interesting thing is happening. MasterAsia, noticing the time around the game clock, it's around 2:30, has put down the hatchery without scouting the 6 o'clock position. This is the strong game sense or the timing of a lot of very good players knowing exactly when what is going to happen or what unit might come your way. So he will be able to save and shave a few seconds off that hatchery as he's getting it directly outside at his natural expansion, and he's also grabbing the spawning pool inside of his base. The reason that's important is because if you know your opponent is going to be scouting around a certain time, you can probably assume, if you have not seen his scout with your overlord that is outside your natural expansion, that he's not at the location that you think he is at, and it's probably safe to expand. But at the same time, if you're Mihai or the Terran player, if you delay your scout, that will throw off your opponent's game slightly. We do see a factory finishing off the wall and at the top of the ramp for the Terran player Mihai, and MasterAsia will have to retreat his little drone away from the Marine that is chasing him. Marine is a really good unit, as we do see one bunker is going to be going up on the side. A lot of drones come out. It looks like 7 drones will come out. Ooh, this SCV is trying to run away. The SCV could have ran away if he clicked on a mineral patch. He will be able to teleport past those drones a little bit. If you don't know what I mean, just try it. Get surrounded by your enemy's drones or harvesters and simply click on a mineral patch. You will be able to walk right past it. It's like you have wall hacks through the wall of drones. We will see one reactor being attached to the barracks at the moment. Reactor is a very useful add-on that allows you to build multiple things at once, and we will also be seeing a early command center after the factory. If we take a look at the army count right now, both players have around 23, 26, and it looks like MasterAsia will be scouting around, poking around with those Zerglings to see what kind of information he can get from his opponent. As this one Helene is going to come out and try to deny the scout, he can actually move and separate these Zerglings to try to get a little bit more damage. And ooh, this Zergling runs up the ramp, will not be able to get in. If he were a second early, he would have gone in. I believe he has seen the command center. Let's take a look at his vision. Yes, he has seen the command center, so that is very useful of those 75 minerals worth of Zerglings. As this one Hellion is screaming across the map, this one Overlord, I believe, will be able to pick him off. Look at these Overlord position and the Queen position. Very nice, and we'll be able to see a lot of information. Some of these drones are going to come off the line right away to try to fight off this Hellion. The Hellion will take out one drone, looks like. So that was a good exchange for MasterAsia, and some additional Hellions are going to be coming across the map. Take a look at this Overlord position over here, and over here. It's absolutely perfect. We'll be able to get you the most amount of information without risking their lives too much. And a couple of Hellions are sitting at the natural expansion of MasterAsia. MasterAsia does realize this, has already made 2 roaches, and 2 additional barracks will be going up for Mihai, as he's going to be focusing probably more on infantry, unless he wants a lot of floating barracks to scout his opponents. These 2 Hellions really want to stay alive, as that one Hellion is very close to death. I believe only 1 shot away from death, but it looks like he's going to just put him in the back and come back in anyway. These roaches are very active, will try to counter the Hellions, and seeing that his opponent has many Hellions, he is safe enough to move out the Overlord to try to get a further scouting information on his opponent. The Queen is trying to run up the ramp to deny it, but he will not be fast enough. But there's only 2 Hellions left, and 2 Hellions are going to try to set these drones on fire, and it looks like they will be able to get 2 drone kills and 3 drone kills for 3 Hellions. It looks like not a very good exchange, but it does keep your opponent on their toes, as it does force them to micro. Because of that little attack, Mihai was able to get the 2 barracks up and also put a engineering bay and a bunker over here. Very nice positioning. I think he should really research siege tank, as the siege tank is not in great position, as he's probably going to move that back as he is doing so. If we take a look at the income tab right now for both these players, we do see that MasterAsia is a little bit behind in terms of minerals, but he is way ahead in terms of gas because he has gotten the double gas, whereas Mihai has just recently started the second and the third gas as well. Metabolic boost is going to be researched for those Zerglings, and there's a couple of roaches on the field for MasterAsia. If we take a look at the unit counting station, we see a lot of Marines, 1 tank, and it looks like MasterAsia has about 10 more drones than he has of SCV. Okay, or 11. I can add and subtract and stuffs. And more SCVs are going to be coming out for Mihai very shortly. And looks like MasterAsia does feel that he is in the lead. He will be content and tries to take the middle. This might be a mistake, might not be a mistake, as one SCV is going to come out. There's one roach. This roach should really get off the control tower and kill off this SCV to deny the information, but these Zerglings are coming. Their Zergling speed are not yet finished, and it looks like Mihai will be able to find the high yield location at the yellow in the middle of the map. At the same time, he's also sending out a couple of Marines. These Zerglings will not be enough to deal with it, but he is making a lot more Zerglings because he saw it with the Zeldong Watchtower over here. But it looks like the Marines will retreat, because oftentimes if you're a Terran player and you're fighting against a Zerg, just having the threat of potentially attacking your opponent is good enough, because your opponent is going to make a ton of units, and that's not a lot of drones that they'll be making, and that's exactly what he is doing. And it looks like MasterAsia, realizing that little ploy, will be retreating and getting the 1-1 upgrade, and he's also going to be making a lot of Mutalisks. It looks like around 4 Mutalisks, since the Spire has gone up, and it looks like he does have 3 on each, and a spawning pool as well as a Roach Warren. He's also getting the 4th gas at the moment, and the Terran will also be as well. So if we take a look at income tab, the gas is pretty much exactly the same, and the Zerg player is slightly ahead in terms of income, as he does have more drones than SCVs. A lot of Marines moving toward the middle. They do have that 1-0 upgrade, and we do see the combat shield will be giving them plus 10 HP in about 2 minutes. And the Marines are thinking about moving up. A couple of Balings, 7 Balings are being morphed in at the moment, and the Marines are going to come out here and kill those 2 Mutalisks right away. And Marines are microing very nicely backwards. If you notice, he left about 3 Marines up in the front lines to absorb the Balings hit, and the Balings cannot get to the Marines. The Marines are microing back beautifully, and 3-4 Balings blow up immediately, and the Marines will be able to survive. Marines can micro away and definitely away from the roaches, so he really needs to make a lot of Zerglings, and a lot of Zerglings are going to be coming on with the field, along with, it looks like, about 5 Balings. Centrifugal hooks, along with the first 1-1 upgrade for the Zerg player, is about to be complete, but the siege tech is complete for the Terran, and it's time for another push. He will be pushing forward with this very strong mix of units. He does have, it looks like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 barracks. Most of them will be getting the reactor, and that's a lot of Marines that you'll be getting, that the Terran play will be getting. And it looks like 2 siege tanks will siege up on the high ground to start shooting away at the hatchery, and these Marines are moving back very beautifully, as these Balings simply cannot get close enough, fast enough to close it. But they can try to sweep around in the back to try to get a surround. These Marines are still trying to harass this hatchery. The hatchery is getting shot at by the tanks as well. Some of the Zerglings run in, did shoot the Marines as well as the Zergling. It looks like he's going to get a little pinch over here, and the Balings, and that is a lot of green glue. It looks like these Marines showed up at a green rave of a techno party, and somehow everybody died at the end of it, and these Balings are trying to catch these Marines, will not be able to. A lot more Marines are pouring out in the middle of the field. 9 Marines are being made, 10 Zerglings are being made, and we do know that the Marines are a little bit stronger than the Zerglings. Marines are perfectly made to kill Zerglings, and these Marines are going to run up on the high ground, defend the tank. The tank was picked off a little bit by the Mutalisks, but another one does survive, and there's one Mutalisk over here. The Marines step up, and they're going to kill off the Mutalisk. Very nice play by Mihai. Mihai has a significant advantage, even though he has not really expanded to a 3rd expansion. It looks like the Zerg player, MasterAsia, will be trying once again to get another expansion, but I don't know if that's a wise idea. So if we take a look at the army size, 110 versus 76, there is a lot of Marines, 31 Marines, more so than the Zerglings, Balings, and Queens combined. And this large force is going to be moving out. He drops the Zeldong Watchtower, will try to remain in control of the map, and a lot of units are moving across the map right now. If we take a look at the unit counting station, 36 Marines with their 1-1 upgrade and their combat shield almost complete, and the Zerg player does have the 1-1, is going to be getting the 2-2. 2-2 is exactly what he needs, but he actually leads a lot more units on the field than he currently has. MasterAsia leaving a couple of Balings on the top, but I don't think this has division of those units, as he does not have anything on the Zeldong Watchtower. A lot of Marines moving across the middle of the map with some siege tank, and siege tanks will get used here as they siege up, and the Balings are going to move in here, and ooh, that is a good Baling bus on the tanks. Not so much, as these Marines are still very much alive and barely dead, and some of these Marines are going to get dropped off on the high ground. We'll be able to snipe a lot of those overlords, and that will hurt the opponent quite a bit. If he gets supply blocked, that he could be in a lot of trouble here. But they have to attack anyway, because if they don't attack, they will just lose the hatchery over here. And there's 2 evolution chambers. These upgrades will not kick in time. He really needs more units on the field. The army size right now, 118 versus a paltry 56. It looks like Mihai will be able to take this game unless there's a miracle batch of Bailings that has absolutely wiped this pack of Marines off the face of the earth. The Marines are using their rifle power, shooting very, very delicately at these Bailings. Bailings morphing in, and it looks like one Spinal Crawler is trying to burrow at the top of the ramp, but was actually blocked off by his own Bailings. But man, if those Bailings came in on time, this is a nicely packed situation for the Zerg player Mihai. He will be situating the Spine Crawler at the high location, but the Spine Crawler will not have that time to burrow, and that's it. He calls GG. Hope you guys enjoy that, but man, Marines are really powerful. And look at how many reactor he has. If you like what you see, please do subscribe to me at GGYourFace, and also follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/GGYourFace. Another commands that are coming up. Okay, see you guys in the next game!